Hey, special educators, I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. Welcome to the Special Educators Resource Room. If you're like me, you're always looking for ways to save time and streamline your work. That's why this podcast was created, to give you the systems and solutions you need to get your time back. Tune in for tips, tricks, and tools that will help you manage your workload and make the most of your time. Whether you're brand new or experienced, all are welcome in the Special Educators Resource Room. Hey, special educators, this is Jennifer from Positively Learning. I am so glad that you stopped in today. And I hope that you're glad too, because I have something special to share with you. It's something that I've been working on behind the scenes, and it's finally time to reveal. If you are listening to this in live time, it is July 2023. And as of today, I just released a huge freebie for you. And I'm going to link it, but I also want to talk about what's included so that you can get excited. Now, if you're listening to this much later, no worries. It's still free. It's still going to be available to you. I've been working on this project behind the scenes for many months, possibly years, and it's finally ready. All right, we all know how important professional development is, but it's not always easy to find quality PD that relates to what we do each and every day. There's some great PDs out there, some not so much, and some that are really expensive. So what I've been working on as I do YouTube videos and blog posts and curate freebies and podcasts, I've been working on building up playlists for the topics that I think are the most helpful. Are you ready to hear about the topics? My suggestion is to choose one. So I'm going to share what they are here in this episode. And when you get the download, I would choose one topic and go full out on it. The one that you think is going to give you the quickest success in the classroom. I don't plan on these ever not being available to you, so you have plenty of time to come back, rinse, repeat, and do a new topic. All right, so the very first topic is learning more about the IEP process. Very practical, whether you are a new special educator or you've been doing this for years. When you open this playlist, you will see a link to a free download of IEP scripts. So these are cut and paste that you could use in an email, or you can use them if you're making a phone call to schedule your next IEP meeting. You will also see a link to a blog post, and the blog post is called Feeling Confident at Your Next IEP Meeting, and it is full of strategies. But what's also neat about this blog post is if you scroll down to the bottom, I have made it a roundup post. And what that means is that I have linked 3 more blog posts all about the IEP process so you can keep the learning going. Also on this playlist is a link to the IEP Data Collection Masterclass. So this is a 30-minute video and it is free to watch, and there's also a link to download a data collection page. And in the video, I talk about how you've written your goals and your objectives. Now what do you do? And I explain how this data collection can help streamline the process, and it's a great sheet to bring to your next meeting so that you can speak very clearly to all of the data you've collected. Well, maybe you're thinking, that sounds great, but I actually need help with the data collection first. I've got you. There is a data tracking playlist. And in this playlist, you will see a link to a blog post that explains all of the different types of data that you could collect, a little bit about each one so that you can decide which one you're going to start with. Then you will also see a link to some free special education cheat sheets that you can print out and tuck in your teaching binder or take to your next meeting. And there's also a link to a blog post, and this blog post just keeps on going. There is a link to a YouTube video, a link to a podcast, great information in the blog post, and there's a link to get some free downloads. Be sure to check out the data tracking playlist. All right. We are only halfway through this freebie. The next PD playlist is all about supporting our paraprofessionals. This is a hot topic, and it's probably the one I'm asked about the most. So I've got you covered. All right. In this playlist, you will see a link to another roundup blog post. So it's called Paraprofessional Support, and it's the do's and don'ts, meaning let's do more of this and not so much of this, because we know that paraprofessionals are such a valuable asset in our classroom, but that doesn't mean it's easy for us to know exactly how to support them so that we have harmony. So definitely check out this blog post. It is a roundup post, so when you scroll down, you're going to see links to more paraprofessional articles. I also have a link to some free paraprofessional appreciation notes. You can print those out now and be ready before the school year starts. And the last link is to paraprofessional training. Now, this is going to take you to a blog post that also has a link to a YouTube video and a podcast. So you can choose which way you want to learn, whether you want to watch, listen, or read, hopefully a little bit of everything. And this is really helpful if you are setting up a training binder. I'm going to talk about exactly what I would put in if you have just a little bit of time and what I would put in if you are actually going to be given time to train. Wouldn't that be amazing? But I know that's not the case for all of us. We are up to the 4th playlist. So maybe you are listening and thinking, okay, I will definitely grab these freebies and take a listen, but I feel pretty good about the IEP process and my data collection system is working for me. And I really feel that I'm supporting my paraprofessionals and we're all running like a smooth machine. Now I want to focus on supporting my students, building their independence, and looking at my schedule. Where can I free up some more time so I can pull small groups or meet individually? So let's talk about task boxes. I created a playlist because you know I'm obsessed about this topic. On this playlist, you will see a link to a free webinar. It's a free training all about setting up task boxes and independent work systems. I also have a link to 101 task box ideas. Yep, 101. Now, these are not actual tasks. That's the next thing on the playlist. But these are 101 ideas. This is when you can print out this list, look at the inventory of what you already have in your classroom. This is actually how I got started with task boxes. I wasn't completely committed to the idea, so I looked at things in my classroom. I took centers, turned them into individual task boxes, and tried them out. And I am so glad I did because my students loved them, and task boxes soon had a starring role in the resource room. All right, so you have 101 free task box ideas, but I also have free tasks for you. So I have a link to a blog post that explains all about the task, and then you can follow the link and download them for yourself. In that blog post, you will also see a link to a YouTube video if you want to check them out. So what do you think? Do you think this free PD is more aligned to what you need than perhaps what might be waiting for you when you return to school? I truly believe your time is so valuable, and that is why I wanted to create these free PD playlists in an easy to access format. If you have found value in this podcast episode, I would really appreciate it if you consider leaving a review and sharing it with another special educator, because together we can create a community of empowered special educators who are making a lasting impact. All right, go grab the playlists, and I'll see you next time in the Special Educators Resource Room. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe buttons so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.